Hi guys, I'm Shelley and we are officially into wrap up and review number 8. One of these days I'm gonna get up to date. I'm gonna jump straight in with one of the books that I think is going to stick with me for the rest of this year. I don't have a physical copy to show you and I really wish I did. I will get my hands on it again and I will show you because the artwork is gorgeous because it's a graphic novel and it's Blue is the Warmest Colour by Julie Mora. Now a lot of you will know it because of the movie that came out. I had my problems with the movie and that's a whole other video that I could go on for hours. But the book. Oh my god, the book. So this is the story of Clementine, who is in junior high school, so she's in her teenage years, and she is mixed up over her sexuality. She doesn't know if she's straight, she doesn't know if she's bi, she doesn't know if she's gay. She's all confused, and she has a best friend who is gay, and he takes her out on the town one night where she bumps into a extremely punkish lesbian named Emma who has blue hair. This may be an homage to Emma. They start a beautiful, amazing relationship. It's told from Clementine's point of view. It's told in kind of flashbacks through her diary that Emma is reading at the time. It's a look at the real struggle of denying to yourself who you are, not knowing who you are, wanting to fit in with the people around you. I have to talk about the artwork though. I have to talk about the beauty of this book and the way it is set out. It is mainly in black and white and the only colour you get is blue, and it slowly creeps in as Emma creeps in the book, and it is visually stunning. There are pages where there is no dialogue at all and you don't need the dialogue because you just see this artwork and these faces and you know exactly what you're supposed to be feeling. The dialogue that is written is funny, is witty, it's spaced out perfectly. I want the pages of this book up on my wall. I would love it as wallpaper. I would love to frame it and put it up as artwork. Julie Mora's art is beautiful. This book is beautiful. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Clementine and Emma are going to stick with me. Next up we have Carrie's War by Nina Baldwin. This is a reread for me. I believe I read it in high school. This is the story of Carrie and Nick. In the middle of the Second World War, they were evacuated from London to Wales to go and live in this village with a man named Mr. Evans, who runs the local shop, and they're living with him and his sister, who they call Auntie Lou. Mr. Evans also has another older sister who lives in a big house and is quite rich, but there is a massive family rift. Neither one of them talk to each other. So Carrie and Nick go and visit this big house, and it's named Druid's Bottom. I love the names in this book. It's gorgeous, and the woman who runs the house there is named Hepzibah. Hepzibah. Can we say that over again? Hepzibah. Such a great name. There's a line in it that describes Hepzibah that I think kind of wraps up the whole book for me, which is a warm, safe, light place like the smell of bacon when you're hungry, loving arms when you're lonely, safety when you're scared. It is charming. There's a lot of family drama going on. There's so say a curse on the house. Carrie gets mixed up with that and maybe causes some problems. It's a middle grade book. I liked rereading it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Next up, I finally picked up Ali Smith's Girl Meets Boy. I've been meaning to pick up an Ali Smith for so long and I finally did. This is the story of 2 sisters, one named Imogen, the other named Anthea. Imogen is the older sister and she's very uptight and she wants to fit in to everything. She has to fit into her job, she has to fit in to her perfect little life, she has to fit into her perfect little body. She's completely just uptight like this. She never ever relaxes. Her sister Anthea is a lot more loose and free. She's gender fluid and she is gay, and this is a story of the 2 of them. You know that awkward sister relationship. They are completely different but they're sisters, so they have to kind of be with each other. As you can see, I tabbed the hell out of this book because I loved it. There's so much I want to remember. There's so many things I have highlighted. It has one of the best opening sentences of a book I have ever read, and that is, "Let me tell you about when I was a girl," our grandfather says. It's just so cool. It sucks you straight in. But what I loved about this book so much is the fact that there's no speech marks. There's no punctuation. I am dyslexic, and reading for me with punctuation marks and full stops and stuff like that, I don't read them, I don't see them, I don't recognise them, I make sentences up in my head that probably aren't even there. And so to read this was so perfect for me. It's so fluid. You don't know when they're thinking and when they're talking some of the time, and it just mixes up together, and it's so beautiful and poetical that way. I guess for some people it might be a little awkward. I think it might be a bit like Shakespeare and The Girl is a Half-Formed Thing by May McBride. You just have to get past that first couple of pages until you're sucked in, if you aren't automatically sucked in like I was. It's full of culture references for me because they have their Saturday night TV and they've got Blind Date and The Generation Game. But it is a great story of two sisters who are completely polar opposites from each other, but they are both learning from each other. LGBTQ plus friendly. It looks at love, it looks at loss, it looks at gender roles and equality and culture differences. And oh my god, I could go on about this book so much. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Next up on audiobook, I listened to Alan Cumming's Not My Father's Son. This is an autobiography of Alan Cumming. If you don't know who he is a Scottish actor who is currently acting on Broadway. I think he's in Cabaret. He's quite famous for being a PR lawyer guy in The Good Wife. As I said, he's Scottish, he is bisexual, he is brilliant. And this is his story of growing up in Scotland with his father. He has a rather tempestuous relationship with his father, but it is told at the same time as Alan is doing a TV series called Who Do You Think You Are, where you look at your genealogy. You look at the genealogy of your family, and he comes across the story of a relative called Tommy Darling. So it's not just Alan's story and what is happening while he is filming this Who Do You Think You Are, but it's also the story of Tommy Darling at the same time. Alan plays down his fame in the book. It's not really about how he's famous, it's literally about his family story and the story of him being on this TV program and the story of what is going on between him and his father at the time, because his dad is claiming that I'm not your dad, by the way, it's not me. So they're doing DNA tests and all this is going on while he's working out his genealogy at the same time. So there's this weird kind of juxtaposition fate thing going on. I really liked Alan's narration of it. I liked the fact there wasn't much fame in it and that it literally was just a family story, and so I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Last but not least, I read Subway by Nora Riley Baskin. This was sent to me for a review by Walker Books, so thank you very much, Walker. And this is a time travelling story. You have Laura, who lives in the 1970s, and you have Jonas, who lives in the present day. They both live in New York, and they meet on the subway. But how do they meet on the subway? It's very strange. They see each other kind of across the platform, and they don't know that they're from different timelines until they actually meet and start talking. It takes them a while. But are they time travellers? Is the train travelling in time? Is it fate? What exactly here is linking these two people up, and how are they seeing each other? They just start talking about their relationships with their family. It is a look at family in the 1970s and family in the present day. You also have some graffiti art put into this because one of Jonas's friends is a graffiti artist, and he kind of has this link between the two of them as well. I think this book has a lot of potential. I'm not sure if it made the potential that it had. I didn't really connect with either Laura or Jonas, I think, as much as I was supposed to. Maybe this book just wasn't for me. Because of that, I only gave it 2 out of 5 stars. But if you like your contemporary love romance, and if you like a bit of time travel, I think you'll like this. And that's wrap up and review number 8. And hopefully I will get 9, 10, 11 and so on and so forth soon. Come talk to me about any of these books in the comments below, or anything you want to talk about. I hope you guys are good, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.